So today we will be discussing how to create new healthy habits. So one of the biggest factors in your success in building a new habit is who you surround yourself with. Look at your friends, your family. Ask yourself, are they people that you would like to be like? Typically, the 5 people you surround yourself with, you'll become like. If they aren't, well, maybe you want to find new friends. Maybe you don't want to hang around certain family members as often. Or maybe you want to take the leadership role in developing this and all of you do it together to create new habits together. That would be much easier. If you don't have any friends or family, well, there's habits apps. They come in Android and Apple, and it helps you stay accountable to what you said that you want your goal to be. So there's 7 different habits that I put in my app to keep me accountable. So the first one is meditation. The second one is my diet. Third is supplementation and vitamins. Fourth is exercise. Fifth is yoga. Sixth is socializing. And 7th is my sleep. And in this video today, I'm going to go in a little bit more detail on each one. So starting off with meditation, that is so important because that is where all your hormones are regulated in your pituitary gland in your brain. So if your brain isn't functioning well, the rest of your body might not be. But you want everything to be regulated in your body for the best health results. So if, for instance, your brain is all over the place, maybe it's hard for you to focus. Maybe you have repeating thoughts and you have anxiety. Maybe you have the repeating thoughts before you're sleeping and you can't fall asleep or you're having a hard time falling asleep. Meditation is the answer. In that case, where you want to start is 5 minutes guided mindful meditation. From there, increase each week for 5 minutes daily until you reach 20 minutes. By the end of a month, you should already be at 20 minutes. Once you reach that point, that's what you want to sustain for the rest of your life. Okay, this is a lifestyle that you're adopting. You want a calm brain. You want a happy brain. It does good things for your body and your relationships in your life and controlling emotions. There's so many benefits. It helps with memory. And there's research and studies to back all this up. So the second habit is your diet. So basically what you want to look at is food labeling. If it has a label, you probably don't want it. Or look at the label, and if there's a long list of ingredients, you don't want it. Try to have that list as small as possible, and ideally you want things that don't have a commercial and don't have labels. So typically those items are found on the outsides of supermarkets, in your produce aisle or your meat section, etc. If you're a vegan or vegetarian and you need to get your proteins, hemp seed is a complete protein, surprisingly, compared to other meats. Meats are complete proteins, otherwise for vegans and vegetarians, if you're getting that within your diet, everything that's not a meat item does not have your complete amino acids that you need. There's 12 different amino acids. So you need to make sure you're getting all 12, which I find to be a little difficult in vegan and vegetarian diets. But if you want to be that committed and make sure that you're getting them all, then more power to you. And I would highly suggest hemp seed. The diets that I typically follow are keto, paleo, or whole food diets. I get all my recipes, a lot of them, from Pinterest. You can see a picture. You can look at the ingredients before you start making it to make sure that it matches the diet that you're on, and they have really great ideas. Also keep in mind you want to do a cleanse every quarter. So every 3 months, I typically will do some kind of liver cleanse or blood cleanse or Sometimes there's ones for a bunch of different systems in your body that you can find at Whole Food stores. So that just keeps everything flowing and regulated the way it should be, and processing the way that it should be. So moving on to how diet and vitamins and why you would want to use supplementation is because the way that a lot of our agriculture is these days, a lot of the fruits and vegetables are picked too early and haven't fully ripened yet by the time they get to the grocery store. And so they lack some of the vitamins and minerals they would normally have if they were fully ripe. And that's the idea of supplementing those vitamins and minerals into your diet because of that. Because agriculture has changed since humanity first existed. And because of it, our foods aren't the same, but our body is. So another thing, avoid pesticides. You don't want those toxins in your body. It's making your liver work harder. Yes, your liver is designed to eliminate toxins, but toxins didn't used to exist before agriculture did. Since agriculture, and they're trying to preserve all the fruits and vegetables to look pretty in the supermarkets, these toxins should not be in our bodies. We're making our livers work harder than they need to be, which is all the other toxins that are also in our environment. If you live in big cities, for women, if you hair products, nail polish, if you smoke or drink, I mean, there's toxins everywhere, but we don't need to make our liver work any harder than it needs to. So buy organic so that your liver doesn't have to do as much processing. And, get your blood tested with your doctor, like vitamin D levels, different things like that. You want to get sunshine. If you're not getting 15 minutes of sunshine every day, make sure you're taking a vitamin D supplement. Otherwise, get 15 minutes of sunshine every day. So that's could be a supplement too that maybe didn't occur to you. So anything that you're deficient in, get a supplement for, or get it from your diet. So you can easily do a Google lookup for certain vitamins or minerals of foods that you can start eating so you won't be deficient. So next is exercise. So when we exercise, it triggers so many different hormones. Our serotonin, our happy hormone, which relaxes us and decreases our cortisol, our stress hormone. It increases our dopamine after we're done, that relaxes us and helps regulate our insulin as well. It improves our HGH, our human growth hormone, which is like anti-aging. So when we exercise, there's all these hormones that are so beneficial to our well-being that are regulated that we want. If you're suffering from anxiety or depression or stress, this is a great way to mitigate and manage negative side effects from it. So you want to get at least 20 minutes, at least 5 days a week, and change up the days, change up the workouts. You want to keep your body guessing, otherwise it will plateau. So whether you change up your exercise every day, that's fine. If you want to change up your exercise weekly or monthly, that also works as well, as long as you don't get in too much of a routine of the same workout all the time. So if you want to go bike riding one day, go swimming the next, go on a run another day, do yoga, keep it varied. One of the best workouts to do for fat burning is HIIT workouts. That's HIIT, high intensity interval training. And there you build more fast twitch muscle fibers, which you see more in like Olympic athletes that run track and field, for example, to kind of get a visual of what that fast twitch muscle looks like. There's also slow twitch muscle fibers, which you see more in your marathon runners. However, you want to keep that muscle because muscle cells have more mitochondria in them, and mitochondria creates energy, as well as the ATP process inside the cell. But the more mitochondria that cell has, the more energy it uses, the more calories it burns just at rest. So you can be burning more calories just sleeping if you have more muscle. So that's why it's so important you want to maintain that muscle. And a lot of times with marathon type endurance training breaks muscle down. So it's really actually unnecessary to work out for that long like marathon runners would do. So just stay focused on high intensity workouts. They can be for short durations, like I said, 20 minutes, and you're good to go. Keep it varied. So next is yoga. So yoga helps stimulate all the systems in your body. Your endocrine system, your circulatory system, your blood system. So every time you're doing all these twists and stretches, you're getting everything in your body flowing, and that's what you want. You don't want there to be stagnation. And plus you want that flexibility as well to help prevent injuries. So for example, recently I was in a 3-car accident. I was in the middle, my head hit my headrest really hard, and I swore I would have whiplash the next day and that I'd be sore. And I wasn't. I was so surprised. I give credit to the fact that I practice yoga. So it helps prevent injuries. I also had ACL surgery because I was playing soccer without cleats, unfortunately. But when I was playing, a lot of times the injury that goes with ACL is a torn meniscus. But fortunately, I did not get a torn meniscus, which is very common. And a lot of times when people get torn meniscus, their likelihood for arthritis in their knee increases significantly. And I feel fortunate that didn't happen to me, and I give credit to the fact that I feel I have real strong legs, which help stabilize my knee so that my bone wouldn't slip anymore where it would cut my meniscus. So these are just examples of how I feel I've prevented more injuries from happening because of healthy habits. And yoga, it would be great if you do that about 3 days a week, maybe for your other 2 days off for your exercise, normal exercise, you can do the yoga. So going on from there, you want to socialize. So when you socialize, you're creating oxytocin with other people, which is your bonding hormone. That helps for your mental health. You need to get out there and do fun things, but try to keep it around healthy habits. Go on hikes, go paddleboarding, go kayaking, whatever you can think of, go to the beach, go to the lake, if you have a boat, jet skis, whatever. Try to avoid food and alcohol. And I know that's really hard to say because that's how so much socializing happens. But if you must drink, probably the healthiest drink you can have is tequila shots because it comes from agave, compared to vodka, which comes from potatoes, which are high in starch, or rum, which is high in sugar. Don't have soda mixers and all these sweeteners. A good alternative to a mixer is coconut water and maybe a squirt of lemon or lime juice in it. It tastes really refreshing and not too many calories. There's also Truly and White Claw that are very low in carbohydrates and gluten-free. So those are also good alternatives if you must drink. Just keep in mind that alcohol does affect your brain and is not good for brain health. And if your brain controls the rest of your body, then you want your brain to be in good shape. So in moderation, or just not at all, or sporadically. So next is sleep. That is one of the most important things in all of this that you can give yourself. You want at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep every night. If you're one of those people that can sleep for 5 hours and you feel well rested and you don't have to wake up with an alarm clock, more power to you. That's fine. But If you're having to wake up to an alarm clock and you're still feeling tired at all, that means you're not getting enough sleep. So go to bed earlier. If you need to keep yourself on track, set alarm clocks. Block it out in your calendar to make sure that you don't plan to do anything but sleep. Because while you're sleeping, what happens is your spinal fluid washes and cleans your brain. And that's why when you wake up, you feel so refreshed. But for you to also feel refreshed, you don't want to wake up with an alarm clock, because then your body's waking up in the middle of a sleep cycle. And every sleep cycle is an hour and 15 minutes, and you want to complete every sleep cycle. And one common denominator that a lot of criminals or people with mental health issues have is that they don't sleep well. So you don't want to become like that. So it behooves you to get enough rest. So make time for your rest. And if, let's say, you had to choose between waking up at 5 a.m. to get your exercise in for the day or sleeping, choose sleep. You actually burn more calories sleeping than you sometimes can exercising. If you can do both, that's even better. So for any questions you have or videos you would like me to create, please add your comments below and like and subscribe. Have a wonderful day.